A very good morning. Today we are going to deal with the second poem, The Wind of class ninth, and it is written by Subramanya Bharti. He is known as Chinna Swami Subramanya Bharti and also known as Bhartiyar. He was popularly known as Mahakavi Bharti. He was born on 11th December 1882 and expired on 11th September 1921. He was one of the famous writer of Tamil Nadu, a poet and journalist too. He was Indian independence activist, and he worked for the social reform in the society too. His work was based on various themes related to religious, political, social, so he was a multifaceted man. And when we talk about the introduction of the poem, as from the name itself, we will come to know that we are talking about a natural phenomena which cannot be created by human beings, and that is wind. So in this poem, the poet has very beautifully expressed about the destructive as well as constructive power of the wind. What destruction wind can cause and what constructive things wind can do. So wind is often a satirical poem, and it is making fun of the weak people who get disturbed easily with the problem and the challenges which they face in their life. So wind symbolizes this poem is symbolic poem also. Why it is symbolic? Because wind is going to symbolizes all the adversities and difficulties, challenges which are there in the life, which people face in their life. So when we are talking about the difficulties, see, the strong people means those who are strong mentally and physically. They will face the difficulties of the life and they will fight with that difficulties or problems or adversities, and they will come out as winner. And weak people will surrender themselves to these difficulties and they will cry for the situation and they will not do anything, and they will become a loser. So the important message which poet want to give from this poem is that we should face the difficulties of the life, whatever result comes out, but we have to face. Because see, when we are going to face, surely we are going to be winner. And then he is talking about one more thing, that a weak person will break down and will break down like a weak building. If a building is not having good foundation, then the problems, then the natural disaster, if any natural disaster will occur, then surely this weak building is going to fall down. Same happens with the weak people who are not able to face the adversities of the life, and they become loser and they end up their life. So we must make this destructive forces as friends. We should be friend to these destructive forces, and we should use our strength and determination to fight with these adversities and to become a winner. So when we talk about the theme of the poem, the poet is describing the enormous power of the wind in the world, as it has the potential to become creator or destructor. Means या तो ये डिस्ट्रक्टर बन जाए, डिस्ट्रॉयर बन जाए विंड, या तो ये क्रिएटर बन जाए, कुछ क्रिएट करे. And you know one thing, the weak people, the timid people, the meek people, they cannot withstand the adversities of the life, and they become prey to those adversities and their life become miserable. But the people who are very strong, having strong determination, strength, they face the adversities of life and they come out as a winner. So in the harsh reality of the life is the situation in the life changes. Sometimes we are having happy times and sometimes we are facing the adversities of the life. So we should not kneel down before the adversities of the life. We have to face it, we have to come out of it, and there is no other way. If we are not going to face it, if we are going to kneel down, we will be the losers and we will not withstand any difficult situation in our life. So it's our outlook, it's our attitude, that how we are going to deal with the difficulties, adversities of our life, the trial or turbulence of our life, and this is going to determine our response towards them. If our outlook is not, if we are not having any strength, courage, determination, then our outlook becomes negative and we surrender to the adversities of the life. And if our outlook is positive one, we face it and we come out as a winner. This is the poem, theme of the poem, means our outlook is going to determine our response towards the adversities or problems or situation, critical situation in the life. So we will go into the poem. First I will recite the poem, and then we will go for explanation. See, wind comes softly. Wind comes softly. Don't break the shutters of the window. Don't scatter the papers. Don't throw down the books on the shelf. In this 4 line, the poet is talking to the wind. He is in conversation with the wind. He is making an appeal, or you can say he is requesting the wind. He is requesting the thing. He is requesting to the wind. He is directly talking to the wind. He doesn't need any third person to talk to the wind. So he is in direct conversation with the wind, and he is making request. He is appealing to the wind that if you are coming, come very gently. Come in a lower speed. Don't come in a huge speed or enormous speed. Why he is saying that when you are going to come, you have to lower down your speed? Because he is saying that if you will not lower down your speed, then what will happen? You will surely break the shutters of the window. You are going to break the shutters of the window. And what the shutter means? It's a pair of hinged panels fixed inside or outside a window that can be closed for security or privacy to keep out the light from the room. अगर ये विंडो है, उसके जो 2 पल्ले होते हैं ना, ऐसे उनको हम शटर्स बोलते. तो the poet is requesting that if you will not lower down your speed, then surely you are going to break the shutters of the window. Why? Because due to the wind, it will move. It will move and it will move in a faster. It will move in a faster speed, and it will hit the window, and this thing will happen again and again, and it will break down. And then he is saying, see, if the shutter will break down, the wind, you are going to enter my room. और जब आप मेरे रूम में एंटर करोगे तो पेजेस आर केप्ट ओवर देयर, एंड ड्यू टू योर स्पीड, बिकॉज ऑफ यू ओनली, ऑल द पेजेस विल स्कैटर. सो प्लीज लोअर डाउन योर स्पीड एंड कम इन अ लो स्पीड, come gently, so that the pages will not be scattered. And this is not the least. I had arranged, the poet is saying, I had arranged my book in a very proper manner on the shelf, but if you will not control your speed, then all the books which are kept on the shelf will fall down, and will fall down on the ground, on the floor, sorry, not on the ground, on the floor. So he is making an appeal, he is making a request to the wind that you should lower down your speed, otherwise this all things will happen. And why he is making this request? Because he feels that wind should not be that much strong, that it should destroy the things. It should be delicate, it should be soft. Why it should be delicate? Why it should be soft? Because it is not going to destroy anything. In another 4 line, what the poet wants to convey, let's see. There, look what you did. You threw them all down. You tore the pages of the books. You brought rain again. You are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. Here, poking fun means making fun of someone. हम किसी का मजाक उड़ा रहे. Weaklings mean a person who is weak, who is not having strength, who is not having courage. Then in this 4 line, the poet is describing the power of the wind, the immense power of the wind. And he is blaming the wind. He is accusing the wind for what he has done in the room. And he's saying, see, the wind, you look what you had done, what damage, what destruction you had done in this room. Due to you, pages are scattered on the floor. Due to you only, the books which were kept on the shelf is there on the floor, and due to you only, the shutter of the window was broken. See what you did. See, just see what type of destruction you had done in my room. This is not only the end. He then says, you are very powerful, you are destructive, as you had done all things, and this is not the least, you had brought rain also. How wind has brought rain? Because of the power of the wind, it has blown the vapor-laden cloud and around the poet's house. And due to rain, due to the heavy rain, and as the window shutter was broken, this rain came inside the house too. And when this rain was brought down by the wind, it has also caused damage. And now the poet is saying, wind, you make fun. You make fun of weak things. You make fun of weak people. What you are doing? आप मजाक बनाते हो weak people का. By destroying them, by overpowering them, by controlling them. आप जो हैं फन करते हो वीक लोगों का, आप उनको ओवरपावर करते हो, आप उनको कंट्रोल करते हो और उनका फन करते हो. And then the poet also says that wind makes mischief. Wind is involved in the mischievous act. Because whenever it is going to face anyone who is weak, who is meek, who is mild, wind disturbs, destroys that type of people, because they are not having courage. They cannot muster up their courage to face the strong winds. So in this poem, he has directly shown the picture how much destruction it can cause, how the wind make fun of the weak people who cannot muster up the courage. And again we will go into the next stanza. Frail crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters, crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives, crumbling hearts. The wind god winnows and crushes them all. Crumbling means to cause something to break. किसी चीज़ को तोड़ने के लिए कुछ चीज़ होना. Rafter की बात करें तो रैफ्टर होता है जो स्लोपिंग बीम सपोर्टिंग द रूफ ऑफ अ हाउस. आप गाँव में देखे होंगे ऐसे मोटी मोटी बल्लियाँ रहती हैं, ऐसे स्लोपिंग टाइप, ऐसे स्लोपिंग रहती है जिसपे जो आपके घर का जो छज्जा है, छत है, उसको सपोर्ट मिलता है. विनोस मीन्स टू सेपरेट द shaft फ्रॉम द ग्रेन. आप गेहूं के खेत में जाते होंगे तो वहाँ औरतें जो हैं सूपले कैसे से करती हैं. तो वो क्यों करती हैं कि एक जो हैवी वीट है वो नीचे सेटल हो जाएगा और जो उसका शैफ है वो हवा के साथ बह जाएगा. एंड then only these words are there whose meaning I had to keep. Then we will go into the analysis of this stanza. Here the word crumbling is repeated so many times in the poem. देखिए बहुत बार repeat हुआ है. Crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling life, crumbling houses, crumbling door, crumbling rafters. Why it has been repeated so many times? See, it has been repeated so many times to emphasize, to put stress that everything breaks, everything get destroyed when they are going to face strong wind. अगर स्ट्रॉन्ग विंड आएगी तो सारी चीज़ें, चाहे वो बॉडी हो, चाहे वो हाउस हो, चाहे वो प्लांट हो, चाहे वो पीपल हो, एवरीथिंग विल ब्रेक डाउन. So poet makes very clear in this stanza that strong wind, be very clear, strong wind leads to destruction, leads to destroy the things. It will never ever be constructive, it will be only destructive. The poet suggests that our weak houses cannot withstand the strong wind. In the same way, our doors, rafters, sloping beam, wood, bodies, human bodies, and our lives, our hearts, all are going to will be destroyed when they are going to face the strong winds. They will fall and they will crumble, they will break up. The poet further addresses the wind as God, where the poet has addressed wind as God in the last line of this stanza. The wind God winnows and crushes them all. So he's saying wind as wind God. He says that the powerful God of wind winnows. Means what the wind is doing, what the wind God is doing? He is winnowing. How he is winnowing? Why he is winnowing? See, that means he shifts people, and those people who are weak fall down and get crushed. According to poet, this wind God is going to shift the weak people, because these people will fall down in front of the strong wind and they will break. They will never ever be able to come out of that destruction. So a comparison has been made between wheat and people. देखिए, विनोइंग प्रोसेस जो होता है ग्रेन्स को शेफ से अलग करने के लिए होता है. तो अ डायरेक्ट कंपैरिजन हैज बीन मेड between people and grain. Just the way the people we know to get to separate grain from chaff, in the same manner wind is separating strong people and weak people. Everything that is weak will not be able to withstand in front of the strong wind and will become prey to the difficulties, to the adversities, to the critical situation which will be coming into the life, and they will be separated from separated from the strong people. The strong people means who are mentally, physically strong and is having strong determination, and their outlook is very positive, and whatever situation comes in life we have to face it. So wind god has the poet has stated that wind god has the ability to separate people in the same manner as grains are separated from chaff. Then in the next stanza, he won't do what you tell him. He won't do what you tell him. So come, let's build strong home. Let's join the doors firmly. Practice to form the body. Make the heart steadfast. Do this and the wind will be friends with us. Steadfast means firm. Firm means strong. And flourish means grow healthy and energetic. So in this line, the poet now stops talking to the wind and now he is talking to the reader, because he wants to give a strong message to the people. So in this line, the poet is not talking to the wind, he is talking to the readers who are going to read this poem. He says that the wind will not listen to anybody. I had made a request, but he had not listened to my request. So wind is not going to hear to anyone. So we cannot control wind. We are not going to have control on the wind. So he wants us to make friends with the wind. He wants us to be friends with the wind. Here, friends with the wind means we have to be friend with the adversities, challenges, problems which are going to come in our life. He says that problems will not listen to you. Problem is not going to listen to you, because if it has to come in your life, it will come. You do anything, but you cannot stop problems to enter into your life. So he's saying that wind will not listen. In the same way, the adversities which are going to come in your life will not listen, and they will come. Surely you have to face these adversities, and they will come. So we have to be prepared for all the type of situation which are going to come in our life, and especially when it's adversity, it's problem, it's challenges, we have to be mentally prepared that we have to face it. And now what the poet is saying, in preparation we should build strong homes and close the doors of our houses firmly. Firmly means here you have to be strong enough, and then both firmly to fight against the destructive power of the wind. If you know that strong wind is going to blow, so what you have to do, you have to close the shutter of the window, you have to close the door of the window before the wind blows. If you are going to see that yes, now weather is going to change, wind will be moving at a higher speed, so you will do something for protecting yourself, and these are the things which you are going to do. You will close the door, you will close the window so that it will not get destructed, and you will remain inside the house. In the same way, we should make our bodies strong too. We should train our body, we should train our mind to face the adversities of the life, to face the challenges which are there which will be coming into the life. And we have to be mentally strong, mentally fit, physically fit, so that whatever situation is going to come in our life, we will be standing strong enough in front of that problem, that challenges, that situation, and we will be facing it. We will try our best, and we will not kneel down, so that we will be overcoming it. We will not get overpowered by it. We are going to overcome it, and we will come out as a winner. So if we are able to do this, then poet is saying that we will no longer be the prey to such type of adversity, prey to the strong winds, or we will not be a loser in the life. We will no longer consider any adversities, any problem as enemy. We will be happy with whatever is going to come in our life, because we will be knowing that yes, we are going to face it. So when the people will be mentally fit, when the people will be physically fit, they will not consider wind as their enemy, because they will come to know, yes, it is natural that it will blow in a higher speed, and we have to be mentally prepared how to deal with that thing. And when we know that how we are going to deal with that thing, we will not be afraid of anything, whether it is wind or any adverse situation in our life. Then again another stanza. The wind blows out weak fires, he makes strong fires roar and flourish. His friendship is good, we praise him every day. The poet has kept the wind on a pedestal. He says wind is a god, wind जो है भगवान है, and we praise wind every day. We should praise it every day. He adds that everything that is weak gets over in the face of strong wind. जो भी चीज़ weak है वो तो wind के strong when wind is blowing at a higher speed, and when wind is not ready to lower down the speed, will be distracted, will be moved away, and all the things that are strong will flourish, will grow healthy, will become prosperous, and will become stronger, whether the wind will, irrespective of the fact that wind is blowing at a higher speed. The poet gives one example to prove his statement. And what he says, that see, wind can blow out fire if the fire is blowing with a weak force. जो आग बहुत हल्की हल्की जल रही है वो विंड आने से बुझ जाती है. आप एक देखिए कैंडल में लाइट कीजिए, एक कैंडल लाइट कीजिए और उसको बाहर विंड में रखिए, देखिएगा वो कैंडल बुझ जाएगी. यानी विंड, इवन दो द विंड इज स्ट्रॉन्ग, बट it will blow out the light, it will blow out the fire which is glowing at a weaker pace. But when it comes about the when it comes about the strong, when something is burning very strongly, the wind cannot stop, or wind cannot blow out the fire. It will support the fire to become much more stronger. कहीं आग आग बहुत ज़्यादा लगी है तो वहाँ विंड आके स्टॉप नहीं करता, विंड की हेल्प से वो और ज़्यादा आग बहक जाती है. सो हमें क्या करना है अब, जैसे हमारी लाइफ है. However, if the fire is burning strongly, then wind is not going to blow it out. It will make it burn more, with more glow. It will become, the fire will become more stronger. And this line gives an important message to strong people, to every people, those who are having strength, those who are ready to fight the difficult situation, adversities of life. They will come out from the face of adversity, and they will become the winner. So we must make ourselves strong like burning, which grows and flourishes with the help of the wind. We should be that fire. We should not be a weak fire. We should be that strong fire which is going to reap the benefit of the strong winds. And we have to become like that only. If we are strong, then the wind is a good friend for us. If we are weak, then we can become prey to the wind. So we had to become good friend to the wind, because we had to be courageous. We had to muster up all the courage, strength, and we had to have a positive outlook towards the difficult situation. We should have a strong determination, which is going to increase our strength, and we will come out of it. He also says, the poet is saying, that we should sing our devotion to the wind God on a daily basis. We should praise, we should sing our devotion towards the wind God on a daily basis. So in this poem, when you are seeing, this is all the explanation of the poem, and when you are going to see the poem, the rhyme, there is no proper rhyme scheme in the poem. When you are seeing the last word of each line, you will find that in this poem there is no rhyming sequence. That's why this poem is not having any rhyme scheme. That's why it is a free style of free verse style of poetry. And there is a symbolism in this poem. Wind is symbolizing something. It is symbolizing the challenges and the adversities of life. Means whatever challenges, whatever adversities there in the life, it symbolizes everything. And now we will deal with the we are going to deal with the poetic devices which are being used in this poem. First of all, you should know what is anaphora. Anaphora is when a word, कोई भी शब्द जो है, is repeated at the start of two or more consecutive line. दो लाइन जो लगातार है, उनकी स्टार्ट जो है सेम वर्ड से हो रही है, तो ये एनाफोरा होता है. जैसे आप लाइन 2, 3, 4 देखिए, यहाँ पे देखिए, डोंट ब्रेक द शटर्स ऑफ द विंडो, डोंट स्कैटर द पेपर्स, डोंट थ्रो डाउन द बुक्स ऑन द शेल्फ. इन सब की स्टार्ट किससे हुई है? डोंट से हुई है. तो यहाँ हमने क्या यूज़ किया है पोएटिक डिवाइस? एनाफोरा. मैंने बोला ना, एक शब्द लगातार दो या दो से अधिक लाइन में जब रिपीट होती है तो हम वहाँ एनाफोरा यूज़ करते हैं. वैसे ही आप 6, 7, 8 में आइए. जब आप 6, 7, 8 में आएंगे, यू टोर द पेजेस ऑफ द बुक, यू ब्रॉट रेन अगेन, यू आर वेरी क्लेवर एट पोकिंग फन एट पिकलिंग्स. यहाँ कौन सा वर्ड यूज़ हुआ है, बार बार रिपीट हुआ है? यू, और मोर देन 2 लाइन्स है. अब पर्सोनिफिकेशन की बात करते हैं. तो देखिए, जब मैंने कहा, जब कोई भी नॉन लिविंग, कोई भी ऐसी चीज़ें जैसे बर्ड्स हैं, एनिमल्स हैं, नेचुरल फिनोमिना जो बोल नहीं सकती, जो चल नहीं सकती, जिसमें ह्यूमन क्वालिटीज़ नहीं होती हैं, और उसको हम एज अ पर्सन ट्रीट करें. मतलब विंड से कोई बात नहीं कर सकता, बट यहाँ पोएट ने बात की है. तो यहाँ विंड जो है क्या हो गया है? विंड जो है वो पर्सोनिफाइड हो गया. इसलिए यहाँ विंड पर्सोनिफिकेशन, जिस पूरे पोएम में विंड का पर्सोनिफिकेशन हो गया है, क्योंकि यहाँ पे पोएट जो उससे बोलते हैं यू आर यहाँ पे बोला है. यू देखो, यहाँ पे बोला है देयर लुक व्हाट यू डिड, मतलब आप देखो क्या कर रहे हो, इंसान जैसा, जैसे विंड कुछ कर रहा है, तो यू आर यूज किया गया है. यू मीन्स ही इज ट्रीटिंग विंड एज अ पर्सन, दैट्स वाई wind has been personified. Now when we come to the to one poetic device called repetition, crumbling word आप देखिए, crumbling wood, crumbling houses, crumbling door, crumbling rafters, crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling life, crumbling hearts. इसमें crumbling जो word है बार बार repeat किया गया है to lay emphasis, to give stress on the destructive power of the wind. So poet want to say that wind crushes, wind break everything. That's why he is repeating this word again and again. When any word is repeated again and again, there is repetition. Alliteration भी use हुआ है, जैसे यहाँ पे wind winnows है तो WW जो sound है वो जो है ऑलिट्रेशन में आता है. जब हम और एक जगह वोंट वॉन्ट, देखिए कहाँ कहाँ कंसेक्यूटिव वर्ड्स में रिपीटेशन ऑफ ये हुआ है, कॉन्सोनेंट साउंड हुआ है. तो विंड विनोस WW कॉन्सोनेंट साउंड है, वोंट वोंट वांट WW है. और सिम्बॉलिज्म तो मैंने आपको बताया, क्योंकि सिंबल, विंड इज़ अ सिंबल ऑफ ऑल द एडवर्सिटीज, challenges and problems in this life. This is all about the poem, and if you are having any problem in the poem, in understanding this poem, please comment in the comment section. But it's my humble request, see it since from the beginning to the end, so that you will be able to understand what is the meaning and what actually the poet wants to convey from this poem. Thank you so much.